I actually don't think NVIDIA is ever going to get quote unquote expensive. The simple reason, if you look out 5 years, right now we have total spend that's going to happen around the globe, including China, of about $5 trillion, the way it looks right now. NVIDIA and the data center build out of $5 trillion, NVIDIA right now has a moat around the data center build out, despite what people are talking about today in TPUs, and I'll go through that. But compute as a percentage of the spend for a data center is anywhere from 30 to 60%. So let's take the conservative side and say it'll go down to 30 over time. So that's $1.5 trillion in compute spend, of which NVIDIA right now has about a 90% market share on data centers. The reason they have such a big moat on data centers is until today, when Meta basically is going to get some TPUs from Google, there's really no experience with any competitors for NVIDIA other than TPUs on these clusters that are massive. So if you're in a race, a 5-year race, and you've got to do this for or risk obsolescence, the last thing you're going to do is buy semiconductors from some company that's never been successful in a data center. So let's assume their market share goes down to 50% from the 90, and that Google TPUs take over the balance of it. Well, then you're talking about 50% of $1.5 trillion. So their revenues would be $750 billion in 2030. And right now the estimates are for $425 billion. So they've continually outperformed what people think. They're still growing their revenues at 67% year over year as of the last earnings report. And quarter over quarter, it was over 20%. So they're even going at a faster pace right now. So it's dirt cheap relative to everything I just said on a 5-year lookout. I think it's important for people first to start with since we're using the dot-com bubble, and I made a joke that, if we didn't have the dot-com bubble, there'd be nothing to compare this to. So instead, we're picking the one data point we have, and we're using that as it could be the dot-com bubble. And I think Gavin Baker did the best job of kind of isolating that and saying, hey, guys, think of there was a huge amount, 97% dark fiber, meaning they were building it before we actually had the demand for everything that was going to happen. And I think the best way to convert that into something that's very visual for people to